There's a lot of things I miss about Texas, but one of the biggest ones is the tacos that came from there. Oh man, breakfast or lunch, you could find a taco that is just, it hits you some sort of way. So I really want to try to make a chicken taco for you today, along with a Diablo sauce. Today we're doing more of a smoky salsa more than the Torchy's Diablo sauce that you might get at Torchy's Tacos. Stick around with me. We're putting a lot of flavor into this. We're letting it marinate for a while, and then we're going to throw it on the grill, get the nice charred out edges, and then we're going to put it in some nice soft tortillas and get those nice and warm. So stick around with me and let's go ahead and make these food truck tacos. Okay, to make these taco truck tacos, we need to first sharpen up our knife because we're going to even out our chicken a little bit and trim it up, get anything that we don't want into our dish off the chicken. So I have about 2 pounds of chicken here, and I have my cutting board that's specifically for poultry here, and just gonna remove anything that I don't really want in my tacos, just any excess fat. If I had thighs, I would use the thighs, but when I went to the store, all they had were chicken breasts and they had a pretty big pack, so that's what we're using today. On the back side, anything that you can up. If you have the tenderloin would be right here, and you'd want to trim that out because it's going to make trimming this up a lot more difficult. So what I do is I'm going to butterfly this, and the way you do that is come in and be really careful, don't cut yourself, and make a cut that almost goes through the whole thing, and just open it up little by little if you need to, and there we go. So that's going to lay flat on the grill and it's really thin, so it's going to stay really moist, cook really quick, and we're not going to lose a lot of moisture from that. So I'm just going to go do the other breast I have here, and then we're going to put these in a marinade. Washed up my chef's knife, and I'm going to de-sticker that and cut this in half. Nice. And I'm going to add the juice of this lime into our marinade bag. I'm going to do the same thing with our other lime. To that, then we're going to add 1 orange. This should come out a little bit easier. I'm just going to make sure that we don't get any too much pulp in here. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of chipotle chili powder, 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, and a 1/2 teaspoon of our serrano chili pepper powder. Then you're just going to zip this up real quick, just to get these flavors to know each other. Fold these back, like I was saying. I forgot we need to add about 4 cloves of garlic in here. Folded the bag over itself like I talked about, and now I'm going to add in our chicken. This smells really nice. Go ahead and add 1. The other. Wash my hands, and I'm going to zip this up, leaving out as much air as I can. We want the meat to come in contact with just the marinade. And into our bowl, and this is going to sit in the fridge for at least an hour, up to 8. Adding some sauteed onions and garlic into our Diablo mix. I'm just dumping that right into the food processor attachment on the Ninja, along with 1 can of Rotel Chipotle chilies. Either the fire roasted or Chipotle. About 1 heaping teaspoon of the chopped Chipotles in adobo. 1/4 cup of cilantro or so. About a teaspoon of brown sugar. Pinch more salt. A little bit of the habanero pepper powder that we made. I'm guessing that's about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. But this is Diablo sauce, so let's bring it on. Mix it up. Kind of looks a little bit like salsa. Let's give it a taste. It's really good, really smoky. It's not too hot, so I'm going to keep it right here. I'm going to try to pulse it a couple more times, just thin it out a little bit. Might add a little bit of water, but this is the flavor's just right on point. Today I'm smoking over hickory, maple, and apple pellets, and I have it set at about 375. We want this to be a hotter smoke than usual. I'm going to put our chicken breasts on and let them cook for probably about 5 minutes each side. Since they're so thin, it won't take that long. Sizzle when we put it on. Alright, I'm gonna let these go for about 5 minutes. Alright, it's been going for about 8 minutes now, and I turned up the heat a little bit. See if we get those char marks we're looking for. Yes, we are. These look great. Smells unbelievable. So smoky, garlicky. It's exactly what we're looking for. So we're gonna let these go for another 5 minutes, and these should be done. Okay, another thing that goes well with these tacos that I want to show everyone how to cut is an avocado. So first, just to tell how ripe it is, just feel around. You want to have some resistance. You don't want to just push right through it. But once you want some resistance, but if it's too hard, obviously that's not ripe enough yet. So you just go about it by taking your knife and going in horizontally, and I just take it right around until the knife cuts meat. Then I twist. Alright. Then up and pop that out. Careful when removing this. Just slide your thumb right across and don't go too deep. Don't want you to get cut. Then take your spoon and go around the outside of the avocado. Flip it out onto your cutting board. Same with the other side. Then cut them up how you would like. And I'm just going to do strips for these tacos. There you have it, avocado slices. Okay, I just took the chicken off of the smoker and it has perfect color. The tips of the chicken are just charred a little bit. It's up to 160-ish. It's going to finish at 165 if we let it rest. So that's what I'm going to do, just let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before we cut into it, let the juices reabsorb into the meat, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, now that the chicken has rested for a little while, we are going to cut it up. And so the best way that I think we're going to do with this is you want to go against the grain. So we want to cut this in half, and then we'll try to cut on a bias going this way. Perfect, nice and juicy, just what we're looking for. That's going to be full of flavor. All that's left we have to do is plate these up. So I'm going to put a little bit of chicken onto each tortilla. I put the tortillas on a cast iron skillet on the stove, so that way they get a little browned as well. Our Diablo sauce. A little bit of cilantro. Some white onion, diced from earlier. Tortilla cheese. If you want a jalapeno. Now, let's just take a bite. Yep, that's perfect. The spice of the Diablo sauce really plays well with this, with the sweetness of the marinade that we put on here. It's garlicky throughout, so that's about it. This is as food truck taco as you're gonna get. All right, thanks for sticking around with me and going through and making these tacos with that Diablo salsa. I hope you give these a try, and then if you do, let me know how you made them and how they turned out. I'd love to hear. You can reach me in social medias at Food Brew BBQ on Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, and on Instagram at tskidmore49. Or if you'd like to email me any requests or suggestions that you have, you can email me at foodbrewbbq@gmail.com. So thanks again for stopping by, and I look forward to cooking with you next time.